All right, guys, welcome back. I take a little break there. We're back. We got the car up on the lift, the Ford Mustang Mach 1. We're going to take these rims off here. We can back out a little bit. As you can see, the calipers, rotors, brake pads are all going to be probably in bad shape. And this is the wheel hub cap, and then wheel bearing, and then we're going to... we jumped ahead a little bit. We're going to take this brake disc off, then the wheel hub, and we can't. We can take that off, and then we're going to take the upper suspension arm off, and all those rubber bushings we're going to have to replace. These are probably dry rotted or cracked or worn out. The shock absorber or the strut is bad. Obviously, everything on the underneath of this car is bad. So we're going to be taking everything off. And then you got to take all these small rubber bushings out, and they're not looking in great shape. The last one's 14%. This one's 38%. So a little better, but still not good when we're going to try to redo the whole car. And that one was 24%. So we're going to end up going to the part store, and we're gonna end up buying a bunch of parts for that. So we're getting close to brake caliper. Now we're gonna take that off, and it's a nice pony right there in the middle for the Ford Mustang. Nice rims. As I said in my previous video, we can back out of there. Take this brake pad off. The previous video, I could take the tires off, purchase new tires, try to fix the rims. You do save a little bit of money, and it is very hard to earn money in here. You can buy parts, any parts that you get from like cars, you can try to repair. If you can't repair them, then you obviously have to buy new ones. But you can make money by going to the barns and getting the parts. I haven't unlocked where I've been able to repair the body panels yet. I'm working towards that. I got a few more levels to go before I get to that, I think. I'm taking the sway bar off, front cross member. And like I said, all these parts, some of them you can work on, but not all of them. So, you know, the exhaust pieces you can't do anything with. None of that stuff. Take out the brake drum here, brake shoes, cylinder. Solid rear drive axle. We're gonna have to take that out. And then you got your wheel hub 4 you got to take out, and then you got your rear axle housing. And then all of these have little bushings in them as well. Got to turn around there. Gonna have to go back over here to get to this other small bushing to take out the leaf springs. And then you got these U-bolts you got to take out. You take them out, and you can repair these. Most of the time they do repair pretty easily. There are times that the stuff just is in too bad a shape to be able to fix. Move up here to the gas tank. No fuel pump, so that gas tank's probably shot. We're gonna go ahead and take this rim off. And then we're gonna move over here to the brake drum, brake shoe. And we're gonna take that off. We're gonna take this rubber bushing out. And just repeat the process as the last side. You're gonna have to take these U-bolts out. And then you got your plate, and you know, they just kind of float in midair, but it is what it is. It's a good go. I gotta take this side out, take that bushing out. And these are small rubber bushings. They have rubber bushings and small rubber bushings. So I usually, like, if I'm gonna go in and do a car, I buy like 10 at a time just to make sure I have enough, because once you start getting into it, it does get annoying to have to go back to the garage every so often just to get those bushings. So here we're going to take that shock absorber B out, and then we're going to take the drive shaft out, and then we're going to have to take that transmission out to be able to pull the engine out of this car. And then we're going to take that off. All right, the gearbox, take that off. And then you got your clutch release bearing, your pressure plate. Take your flywheel off. All right, so we got basically the whole underneath of this car is gone. Oh, and there's no oil pan in there. So yeah, that engine's gonna need probably a complete rebuild. And they're pretty simple, and it's fun. We're gonna go over here to the repair bench, and damn it, I did it again. And as you can see, the brake shoes, we can repair those. The condition right now is 16. Chance of repair is 95%. So we're gonna give it a shot here, and it went up to 100%. Radiator C, we're gonna work on that, and that went up to 100%. So we got that all the way up to 100%. We're gonna turn the volume down here a little bit so you can hopefully hear me better, and it's a little loud. We're gonna repair the cylinder for the piston, the bottom suspension arm. Like you don't get to repair every single part, because some of them are just so bad that you just got to buy new. U-bolts, the spring plate, and most of these are repairing just fine. Wheel hubs, cross member D, got that. Upper, the housing B. Oh, we got the transmission to go. Wheel hub 4 to go. Oh, that last one didn't work. I was in a hurry trying to get it done. So then we're going to click on the suspension, the part mount. And then we're going to go into there, put that on. Now I didn't get any of those rubber bushings yet, so we're going to click on this. We're going to put that in. Lower bottom suspension arm. I'm going to go back a little bit because I want to see. Yeah, see, that's 32%. So that's the rubber bushings that we're going to have to go into the shop, and we're going to have to purchase those, or otherwise we can't mount that, because we want everything to be 100%. So we're going to back out of the install mode, and we are going to go to the tablet. Okay, now this is the main part store. We repaired the gearbox, so I don't think we have to get that. Okay, here, oh, we went past the suspension. So here we go. Oh yeah, these double, we're gonna buy 2 of those and 2 of these springs, a couple of these. Then we're gonna go down. I don't know if we're gonna buy 2 of those just in case. Buy a leaf spring, couple inner tie rods, outer tie rods, leaf spring bolts. I think we're all repaired, but we're just going to buy these parts just to make sure we got them, because it does get annoying having to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So here's our rubber bushings, and like I said, I buy like 10. And then the small rubber bushings, and the rubber bushings, you use more of those, so you're going to want more of those. The steering rack, we're going to get a couple of these. Get a couple of those. Wheel hub bearing, get 1 of those. I think for the most part, I think we're going to be good on parts, so we're going to go back. All right, we're back. Let's put this together. So we're here. Oh, we didn't get one of those. See, what, you got to keep going back and forth, back and forth. We'll throw that hub in there. We'll throw the wheel hub bearing in. We didn't really get any brake parts, so we're gonna have to go back there too. And as you can tell, we got those, but you do have to put those together on a machine, and I'll show you that in a little bit. The tie rod, inner tie rod, and then here's the outer tie rod that connects so you can steer the car. Sway bar, did we repair that? No, we did not. So we weren't able to repair that. So we're gonna have to pick up one of those sway bars. The upper suspension arm, we can put that in. And we'll put that in, and now we're gonna back out of here. We're gonna go over here to this machine, which is the spring puller. It also, you're able to put the springs together by this right here. Or if you go here, you can separate them. And then I'd imagine you'd be able to fix them. But we got new ones, so we're just gonna go with that. And then this part's gonna work, and put them together, and then we use that to take them off, and then join the parts again. And then you gotta wait until it's done separating. So then we can take that off. Now we are gonna go back to the tablet, and we needed the sway bar, so we're gonna pick that up, and it was a sway bar B. We needed one of these, I noticed, and here's the brakes. We're gonna buy a couple calipers. We did repair one of those, so we're gonna buy one of those. The brake discs ventilated are for the front, and the brake discs, they're for the back. But we got drums on the back, so we're gonna go with some brake shoes and wheel cylinders. The brake servo, we're gonna buy one of those, a couple brake pads, we're gonna buy a couple brake drums. And newer cars have the ABS module and ABS pump, the newer ones. This is obviously older car, so it won't be using that. So we're gonna back out. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna put this wheel cap on. And we should be able to put these in now, as they're 100% in a box, ready to go. And then the other ones are 24% condition. So we want the 100%. And then we're gonna use the sway bar, B. And then we got the sway bar end links, we're gonna throw them in. So that side is pretty much done. We got these rubber bushings we gotta put in. And like when you're repairing like a car, that you, for a customer, there can be those are bad too, and you got to continue to find them. I think I got most everything unlocked. I just don't know if I'm able to see those parts yet or not. And like we're not gonna put the, oh, they got a race tire on there, so race tire with the rim Mach 1. So we're gonna back off of that, and then we're gonna come over here and repeat the same process. Put all these parts together here. And this is going to be the suspension part of the video. We'll do another one at a later time with the engine rebuild, because that does take quite a while. And we're going to repeat the same process, just putting all these parts in, and every part you can find. There are some, for the engine, there are high performance parts, and for the transmission, there's some high performance parts, which is kind of nice, add a little more value to the car in that aspect. So we got all that together. Now we're going to put this lower arm in, put everything together. Get this inner tie rod in here. We're going to go ahead and get the outer tie rod in. Put this sway bar end link on. We're going to throw the shock absorber on. And we'll get this upper arm on. And then we're going to back out and go right here. And we're going to put the leaf spring rear end in. Oh, no, we're not, because we weren't able to repair this. This must have been the one that I wasn't able to repair. So we're going to back out. We're going to go buy one of those in the tablet. Gearbox. No, we don't want the gearbox. We want the suspension. We want to find the leaf spring. There is a leaf spring and there's a coil spring. The difference is these are for the coil, for the rear coil springs. And that's the spring cap. So that all goes for the coil spring rear end. And then there's a bunch of different parts that you can put in there for that. As we look through here to find, oh, that's the front drive axle. There's the coil spring rear end, which we don't want. We want the leaf spring. Why am I not seeing it? And it just takes time. You got to continue to go through and find your parts. Why am I not seeing the leaf? Oh, there it is. Right next to the leaf spring bolt. So we're going to click on that. We're going to get that. Yeah, we got all these parts. So we're going to back out of here. Go back in here. We're going to mount that now. And we're going to put this axle housing B on here. Wheel hub 4, we got 3 of those, so that's good. It's always good to have extra, I guess. You can sell them. I'm not sure if you get the same price that you paid for them, but you can sell them. Bring it up here because it's easier to get in closer. So you can click on these small parts. Like, you got to put these, so this is going to be your small rubber bushing. Like, we don't need as much as the front side, because we only got a few. And then we're going to put this side in. And then we're going to come here and we're going to throw that wheel cylinder in. Then the solid rear drive axle. We're going to throw the brake shoes on. We're going to throw this in here. Then we're going to put the brake drum on. And then we're back to putting the wheel on, which we haven't done yet, so we're not going to go ahead and do that yet. Then we're going to throw this leaf spring on. And then we got to put that leaf spring plate in. And we got to go to here, click on that. We're going to go ahead and throw that in. Oh, can't see that other one, so we got to come over here where we can see it. Click on it, throw that in. Wheel hub 4, put that in. We got a bunch of them. We got one extra of those. Let's put this drum wheel cylinder in, brake shoe in, brake drum on. Okay, so we don't have a gas tank yet, but as you can tell, we can go into car status, and it is now 87% global body condition. The frame is 100%. The interior is not in great shape. The engine's going to need a lot of repair. It's got, looks like 205,178 miles on it, so it's definitely in need of a engine overhaul. So we got that all done, the suspension all done. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna go into the tablet and we're gonna buy some of the engine parts. So we're gonna go down here. I know we need a battery. I'm not sure. We're going to need some Ford parts by the looks. We're going to need about 4 of those. And each part, so this is a 16B. This is the overhead valve V8-1, which I think might be the block we need, but it might not be. You can never tell. You got to go in and check the status and go into there. We're going to go down here and try to find the gas tank, which we just found. Then we're going to back out. We're going to go to that Power Boost shop, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up the fuel pump. And it's a $300 fuel pump, so it's definitely upgraded. We're going to buy this fuel filter right while we're here. So then we're going to go back to the rear end of the car. We're going to go to the assemble part. We're going to put this fuel tank in. And then we're going to put that fuel pump in that we just spent $300 on. And then we're going to bring this down. We're going to go into the inventory, and we need 245/80 15s. So we need 15-inch rims. So we're going to go into tablet here, and we're going to go into the rim shop, and we are going to find the Mustang Mach 1. So we need 15-inch, and we need 4 of them. That's $1,700. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to back out of there, go into vintage racing tires. I think we're going to go with this one. No, we'll go with this one. And we're going to go with 4 of them, 15-inch, 215. We're going to go 225. We'll go profile 50. And we'll go click on that, back out. Then we're going to come over to the tire machine, and we're going to assemble these tires. And then, of course, then we have to balance them on the machine right next to it. And then they'll be ready to install in the car. And obviously the wheel balancing takes a little bit longer. So we're going to take that off, then we're going to balance the next one, we're going to take this one off, and we're up to our last one to assemble. Take that off, take that off. Let's balance that. It goes about 3 times, stops, and then you're able to take it off, and then the tire's completely balanced, ready for the road. But we'll get this car all ready to go, get the engine done, get the interior done, and then I think we'll take it out to the abandoned airport and let her rip, see what she does, see how she handles. They do have some like racing slick tires that get really great grip. We'll see how these tires get. So we're going to click on that. We're going to assemble these. Boy, they're pretty. A lot better than what was on there. And you see that engine in the background. It's just not in good shape. Nice chrome looking wheels. We got everything except for we did not get the exhaust on this car yet. I figured we'd get the engine in, take the engine out. We do have to raise it up, and I always wondered if that's going to hit, and it never does. It just kind of slides right up in there, and it's all good. Okay, transmission is out, so we are good there. Just had to double check that. And we'll come over here and we will move this over to car lift A, and we're gonna pull that engine out of there. All right, pull out. And we're gonna send that back over to where it stays. And then we can add engine to crate, boom, we can click on it. Now that's the engine that was in the car. Really rough shape. I am gonna tear it down. We're gonna end up trying to repair the block, save us a few dollars there. There are, you know, fees for fixing them, but you know, it's little compared to like a new engine block. So if you're able to repair the parts, that is the better way to go. Get you a little more experience points. Come back out, and we're gonna rotate this engine so it's on its side like this, say, and we're gonna go, no, we don't want to assemble. So we're missing a few pistons. Piston rings are probably in bad shape. But I'll start another video. I'm gonna go ahead and start another video once I'm able to get this all the way tore down, and then I'll go in and buy all the parts, and we'll do a new video, and we'll show it getting completely assembled and ready to go. So we pulled everything out of there, and now everything's off, and we can go over here to the repair bench, and we can repair the timing cover. So we're going to go ahead and try that, and that did work. Now the engine block, we got that. The alternator, which we probably won't use even though we fixed it, so we'll probably sell it. We probably won't use this camshaft either, as we can use the more souped up versions of them. So once again, thank you. Hit like, subscribe if you like the video, and I'm going to come back with another one with the engine here in a little while. All right, thank you.